A small girl stood quietly near a roadside cafe, swinging her legs as she sat on a cracked wooden bench. She looked no older than 8. Her dress was faded, her hair tied with a loose ribbon, and her shoes were too big for her feet. In her hands, she held a tiny backpack like it was something precious. She wasn't begging. She was just waiting. A few moments later, the loud roar of engines filled the air. 5 bikers pulled in and parked their heavy motorcycles nearby. The ground seemed to vibrate as the engines shut off. They laughed loudly, their voices rough, their jackets heavy with patches and tattoos that told stories of roads, losses, and brotherhood. The girl glanced at them, then looked away. But something pulled her eyes back again. One tattoo, then another. Her heart skipped. Slowly, she stood up and walked closer, her steps unsure. The bikers didn't notice her at first. They were joking, teasing each other, ordering drinks. Then she spoke, soft but clear. My father had that same tattoo. The laughter stopped instantly. 5 bikers froze like statues. One of them turned slowly. Another lowered his cup. The leader, a tall man with gray threading through his beard, knelt so he could look her in the eyes. His tough face softened. "What did you say, little one?" he asked gently. She pointed to the symbol on his arm. "That one. My father had it right here." She touched her own arm. He said it meant family. The man swallowed hard. "Yes," he said quietly. "It does." She looked at all of them. "Are you my father's family?" No one answered right away. Finally, one biker spoke, his voice low. "What was your father's name?" "Daniel," she said. "He used to ride a big black bike. He smelled like oil and rain." She smiled, faintly. "He told me stories about the road." The leader closed his eyes for a moment. 3 years ago. The same name, the same bike. The same night. "He saved us," another biker whispered, his voice shaking. "There was an accident. Trucks everywhere. Fire." The girl held her breath. "Is he coming back?" The leader opened his eyes. They were wet. "Your father was very brave," he said slowly. "He made sure we all got out safely." She understood before he finished. Tears filled her eyes, but she stood strong. "He promised he'd always protect me," she said, even if he wasn't there. The bikers stood up, one by one. Without a word, they removed their jackets and wrapped them around her shoulders. One placed a small metal pendant in her hand, the same symbol as the tattoo. "He's still protecting you," the leader said. "Through us." They sat with her for a long time that day. They bought her food. They listened to her stories. They told her stories of a man who rode fearlessly, laughed loudly, and never left a brother behind. Before they left, the leader knelt again. "If you ever need us," he said. "Writing a number on her backpack, you call? Family doesn't end." As the 5 bikers rode away, the girl held the pendant close to her heart. She wasn't waiting anymore. She had found her father's family.